For the past 12 years, we've been on 12 years, we've come on after the World Series with an essay called Lessons in Winning. It used to be so much easier. There were obvious trends that were happening that some clubs were ignoring, but now in the age of baseball ops, it's a lot tougher. But we'll give it a shot and do a little digging in. I want to start with this. Start with three teams that didn't win the World Series. First, the Orioles' turnaround is a clinic in rebuilding. Mike Elias and Sig Mejdal came over from the Astros, turned around a franchise stuck in the past. Elias just won Executive of the Year, well deserved. They won 101 games this year with the second lowest payroll in the sport and have only just begun to reap the harvest of their draft and development machine. The other remarkable turnaround came in Cincinnati. GM Nick Krall, with several good trades, great drafting, and one great international signing, totally turned around the Cincinnati Reds. They added 6 good position players who never had played a full major league season. 6. If you do that with 1 or 2, that's great. 6. They fell short of making the playoffs, but they look like a club ready to launch. And finally, believe it or not, a successful year for the Dodgers. Coming off a 111-win season, LA took their foot off the spending accelerator, did a refresh at the major league level. At one point, they had 3 rookie position players starting and had 5 rookies in their rotation in some fashion. 5 had at least 30 innings this year. They still won the NL West and are now much better positioned for the future. You can't be full throttle every year. The Dodgers also had to feel a bit burned by the current system. The new 12-team tournament, 2 years in, has had some early results worth examining. For the past 3 years, the team that had the best record in baseball has not won even one playoff series. 2021, the Giants won 107. Now, they lost to a 106-win Dodgers team that year. But then the Dodgers, that same Dodgers club, lost to an 88-win Braves team. 2022, Dodgers, 111-win season. Historically great. Lost in their first series. 2023, the Atlanta Braves, clearly the class of the league this year. We remember it vividly, right? It just happened. A historically great offense. 104 wins. Dropped in the first round. Now, we've been over this before. The regular season for baseball is the true test. 6 months long. The 2022 Dodgers beat the Padres by 22 games, lost to them in the playoffs. This year's Braves beat the Phillies by 14 games. They were never threatened. They lost to them in the playoffs. Even when you win your division by, say, 18 games, it's only 3 games per month. Less than 1 game per week. Over a single series, that gap barely shows up at all. So now, I think the basic goal is 90 wins. 90 wins gets you in. Once you're there, you can win. In fact, here's a thought exercise. How far down the standings could you go before you find a team that you think cannot win the World Series, meaning they could not, if you rolled it back again and again and again, win the Wild Card Division Series, LCS, and then World Series? So here's the American League. Let's start there. And we start back, so Blue Jays made the playoffs, so you start with the Mariners. Twins made the playoffs and won the division, but Mariners didn't make it, right? Could the Mariners win the World Series? Yes, Mariners, absolutely. That pitching? Yankees are next. I can't rule out the Yankees with a healthy Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole. Yankees went 20-12 to end the season. Then you got the Red Sox, the Tigers, the Guardians, the Angels. All right, now we're talking, right? Are you sure the Red Sox or Guardians, had they gotten in, couldn't have won it all? I can't say that. I think I draw the line right around the Tigers and the Angels. But you got to dip down pretty far. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Here's the National League, all right? Start with the NL. Diamondbacks made it. Marlins made it. Cubs did make. So Cubs, Reds, Padres, I can't rule them out. They could have won it all had they gotten in. The Mets, what was left of them, they played 500 ball in the final month. I don't think they could. Can't rule them out. The Cardinals have very good position players. You think it's not possible? Maybe I'm wrong. Just a thought exercise. But most probably, I don't know, 3/4 of the clubs in the major leagues, if you let them in the postseason tournament, could win the whole tournament. Win it all. Here's another narrative that I kept hearing, that there are clubs built better for the postseason. The club everybody was talking about that, right? The Phillies. Front-loaded rotation, superstar power, gritty role players, deep bullpen, and you know what? They were right. There was nothing wrong with the Phillies. They were built to win. They played to win. They just lost over a couple of days. Even teams built near perfectly can lose one more than they win. So what wins these days? You need to do everything and then get lucky. Texas lost 94 games last year, then won the World Series. The most losses ever by a subsequent title winner. They spent big, we know that. They did very well in trades, and they drafted well. But money alone doesn't do it. The Rangers' game plan as good as anyone. It's a game planning battle now waged by experts. The Diamondbacks did it to the Phillies. Remember, victimized by Philly sluggers early, they made adjustments late and had them on their heels chasing by the end of that series. The Rangers, you might recall, lost Game 3 of the ALCS to Christian Javier of the Astros. They made adjustments and lit him up in Game 7 a few days later. Knocked him out in the first inning. It's a fluid, high-tech baseball battlefield. Texas is not alone, but they are at the high end. And in a broader sense, Texas deserves credit at the very top for having what I would call institutional confidence. The Rangers announced the signing of Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, and John Gray on the same day, December 1st, 2021. Doing so to get them in just before the lockout. Now remember, it's only a year removed from the shortened season. COVID still lingering. Business about to be shut down. There were reasons to be reticent and maybe wait out the market, see how the labor dispute played out. The Rangers didn't see it that way. They proceeded with confidence, institutional confidence, that baseball would bounce back, the industry would settle its labor issues, and that confidence was rewarded.